if this was not an election year, Biden wouldn't be sniffing the border. So he clearly is a
Proof of that.
desperado, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Listen, for 3 years he ignored it, and he named a czar who ignored it, and Kamala Harris. And so, yeah, it's a crisis boiling point right now. The entire nation's upset. You see it raking as the top issue in the election, and every poll we've seen in the primary states, it will be a big issue tonight in Michigan. And I think at the end of the day, the Democrats are going to try to have a little duck in and try to pretend they're going to look at the border for a while, and we hear you, we're going to fix it, and then they'll move back on to keeping open border policies, which is their long-term agenda. Trump has an enormous opportunity to recreate the coalition that put him in office in 2016, and Joe Biden is going to have a very difficult time holding the coalition that put him into office in 2020. Why? Well, in Michigan tonight, you're going to see some really fascinating dynamics. You're going to see Arab Americans and college students perhaps protest vote by voting non-committed or uncommitted tonight in the election to send a message to them. Rashida Tlaib has been organizing this effort, tens of thousands of phone calls being made. That is a place where Joe Biden did very well in 2020. Arab Americans, young students, both are peeling away from him right now, particularly over the Israel-Gaza war. I would also watch for union workers to peel away. Donald Trump's allure to Democratic union workers has been strong since 2016. But in Michigan specifically, people are acutely aware that Joe Biden's EV program is going to reduce the number of auto workers who have jobs in that state. Why? EVs have far less components, and therefore there are far less assembly, and therefore there are far less jobs to be had. I think there was a projection by CBO, something like 30 to 50% of all auto worker jobs could be eliminated by the EV mandates that Joe Biden put together. So at the end of the day, you've got union workers also rebelling, young people rebelling, and Arab Americans in Michigan. That puts a great threat to Joe Biden's coalition.